After the explosive end of Season 2 of Squid Game, fans are bracing for a powerful finale that will logically extend the story. Alright, so in this video, we're gonna break down how we really think Squid Game Season 3 could wrap up. Without further ado, let's get started. And before that, please like the video, it's very easy. I'm very pleased. And for you, it's only 2 seconds. In the Season 3 finale, the big question will be, what happens to the Squid Game itself? One possible ending is that the whole twisted competition gets shut down for good. After sneaking into the organization in Season 2, Gi-hun, player 456, might finally take it down. We could see the last remaining players, along with some insiders who've had enough, team up to fight back, overpower the guards, and expose the whole operation. They almost pulled this off in Season 2, but in Season 3, they might actually win, destroying the games and freeing everyone, though some might not make it out alive. This would be the perfect ending to Gi-hun's mission to stop the games once and for all. But there's also a darker possibility. What if Gi-hun fails? The games could keep going or even spread to other countries. The creators have already found ways to make things even deadlier, like adding a second killer robot doll in red light, green light. If things go bad, we might see the Squid Game pop up somewhere else, with new people running it. There have been hints that powerful rich guys, the VIPs, could just move the operation overseas or even take it online, meaning the nightmare never really ends. Still, since Season 3 is likely the final season, the show will probably wrap things up for good, whether by revealing the games to the world or blowing up the whole facility. After all the bloodshed, that would be the most satisfying and fair ending. The Season 3 finale will focus on Gi-hun's final battle against the Squid Game's creators. After his friend jung-jae was killed by the frontman in Season 2, Gi-hun is now full of grief, guilt, and rage. The show's creator says Gi-hun will face a major choice between revenge and doing what's right. His biggest test may come if he gets the chance to kill the frontman, or a VIP. Will he take revenge or stay true to his kind nature, like when he spared his friend in Season 1? He might choose justice, exposing the villains instead of killing them, or decide the only way to end the games is by destroying their leaders, even if it changes him forever. While the broad strokes above cover logical outcomes, surprising but believable twists could make the Season 3 finale truly unforgettable. In a shocking, crowd-pleasing reveal, Hwang Jun-ho, the police detective who was presumed dead in Season 1, will resurface at the climax. Jun-ho might dramatically appear just as Gi-hun faces defeat, turning the tide by exposing the games to the outside world, or by confronting his brother In-ho one last time. A brotherly face-off would be emotionally charged and could push the frontman towards surrender or sacrifice. The organizers might target Gi-hun's loved ones. Gi-hun's young daughter, and even his ex-wife's family, has been his reason to live from the start. Imagine a scenario where the VIPs kidnap or threaten his daughter to force Gi-hun's compliance during the final confrontation. This would test Gi-hun's resolve like never before. It could lead to a heart-wrenching choice: save his family by letting the games continue, or risk everything to stop the games but endanger those he loves. Such a twist would deliver personal emotional stakes and ensure the audience is on the edge of their seat as the finale unfolds. In a sinister twist, the VIPs, impressed by Gi-hun's tenacity, might offer him a tempting deal in the finale: become one of them. There's speculation that Gi-hun could be offered a role as a new frontman or a VIP. For instance, a ringleader might say, "If you can't beat us, join us," dangling wealth or influence if Gi-hun agrees to perpetuate the games. This moment would serve as the ultimate test of Gi-hun's character. A true hero would refuse and use the opportunity to turn the tables. It would be a shocking proposal that forces Gi-hun to outwardly consider the lure of power versus his moral duty. His response could solidify the show's moral message. We anticipate he would reject the offer, reaffirming that some lines won't be crossed, thereby sealing the game's doom. One possible poetic twist in the climax is that the game is somehow reversed onto the masterminds. For example, the finale might literally turn the VIPs or the frontman into players. Perhaps Gi-hun and the survivors manage to capture a VIP and subject them to one of their own lethal games, even if just to scare a confession out of them. This role reversal would be a cathartic nod to Judgment Day, forcing those who treated human lives as sport to experience the fear and mortal stakes firsthand. Even if it's not a literal death game for the VIPs, the final act could figuratively make them the prey instead of predators, as the hunted contestants gain the upper hand. It would be a satisfying twist for viewers while thematically underscoring the idea of justice being served in an ironic way. Each of these twists, while speculative, is grounded in characters' motivations and the show's logic, making them plausible ways to heighten the drama in the finale. Any combination of these would deliver the kind of emotional payoff and shock value that Squid Game is known for, without betraying the narrative's integrity. Beyond the frontman, the true puppet masters, the VIP investors and organizers funding the games, are the ultimate source of this deadly system. The finale of Season 3 will likely shine a light on these shadowy figures who have so far operated with impunity. In Season 2 and earlier, we saw that wealthy VIPs watch the carnage for entertainment, a global network of elite patrons behind the scenes. Who is really in charge? The final season is expected to answer this question, at least in part. Perhaps a major VIP character, or the next host after Oh Il-nam, will step forward in the last episodes, revealing the hierarchy above the frontman. This could be accompanied by the exposure or downfall of some VIPs as Gi-hun and the rebels turn the tables. One possible ending involves public exposure of the VIPs and the entire operation. Gi-hun, or Jun-ho, if he returns with his evidence, might succeed in broadcasting the truth about the games to the outside world. For example, transmitting video proof of the killings or smuggling out files on the VIP clients. This reveal would trigger global outrage and presumably massive manhunts for the aristocrats involved. The result? The horrific contest would be shut down for good, and the powerful men behind it might face justice, thus delivering the show's clearest message of accountability. A scene of authorities raiding the game headquarters in the finale, or VIPs being arrested as they flee, would be a triumphant note of systemic collapse, the empire of the Squid Game crumbling under its own weight of atrocities. Alternatively, the show might take a more cynical, but thematically consistent, route. Even if the game is halted, the VIPs could escape unpunished. The finale might reveal that the conspirators are so powerful and well-connected that they erase their involvement and vanish, much to Gi-hun's frustration. This ending would emphasize the difficulty of truly defeating systems of exploitation, a sobering commentary on real-world injustice. However, given the need for a satisfying conclusion, it's more likely that at least one representative of the VIP cabal is taken down. We might even witness a bit of poetic justice, such as a VIP being forced into a deadly game themselves during the chaos. Imagine a panicked millionaire forced to play one of the childhood challenges as the rebels corner them. In any case, unmasking the VIPs and revealing the global conspiracy should provide a sense of closure by showing the audience the full scope of the evil that our heroes are fighting. It would also cap off the series' world building, confirming that the games were not just a local aberration but part of a much larger, sinister enterprise that Season 3 finally brings down. All signs point to Squid Game Season 3 delivering a climactic endgame that is as harrowing as it is thought-provoking. The final episodes will likely tie up the fates of the game, the characters, and the overarching conflict between cruel exploitation and human decency. Whether the Squid Games are ultimately destroyed or merely dented, and whether Gi-hun walks away alive or martyrs himself for the cause, the ending will surely leave a lasting impression. Season 3's final moments could range from triumphant to somber, or a mix of both. If executed well, the Season 3 finale will not only conclude the story of Gi-hun and the Squid Game, but also solidify the show's legacy as a searing commentary on power and morality. In true Squid Game fashion, expect an ending that is dark, suspenseful, and deeply meaningful, leaving the audience with plenty to ponder long after the final game is over. That's all for today. Thank you for watching till the end. Write in the comments your versions of how everything could end. I will read everything.